Once upon a time, deep in the heart of a snow-covered forest, there was a little bird. It was the middle of winter, and this little bird had been searching all day for food. The snow made everything white and beautiful, but it also made finding food very difficult. Berries were hard to spot under all that white. And after many hours of searching, this little bird found just one single berry left on a bush.
Oh.
It was red and plump and juicy, and it looked so delicious. Little bird thought to itself, "This is my dinner and maybe even breakfast, lunch and dinner tomorrow." But just as it was about to eat its precious prize, it looked down and saw something that made it feel bad. Below, on the ground, shivering and weak, was a big orange-furred fox. Now this fox was no ordinary fox. It was a young fox who had gotten lost and had no idea where it was or how to get home. It had been out hunting but had lost its way and was now freezing and hungry. The little bird looked at the hungry fox and then at its precious berry. It knew it could eat it, but instead, thinking of the hungry fox, it dropped the berry down into the snow in front of him. The little bird hoped this small gift would help the fox feel a bit better. Now when the fox saw the little bird drop this gift for him, his eyes lit up. He gobbled up that berry in a single bite, and it brought back a bit of strength. With renewed energy, the fox quickly found the rabbit hole where it lived. It snuggled up inside and was soon fast asleep and dreaming of catching juicy field mice to eat. And not long after, outside that same rabbit hole, a little rabbit poked its head out. It was a baby rabbit who had been playing when it heard a loud crash and then saw a big shadow loom over it. The rabbit froze in fear, but then realized it was just a harmless branch that had fallen off a tree. Then, noticing it was getting late and its family was nowhere to be seen, the rabbit looked around and saw the cozy den of the vixen. So the little rabbit hopped inside and fell fast asleep next to the warm vixen. When the vixen woke up and saw the little rabbit, it felt protective of it. And when the little rabbit told the vixen about how it had almost been scared by a falling branch, the vixen knew it had to do something. So the vixen went out of the den and hopped up onto a large rock, looking around for anything dangerous. And when it saw a squirrel family scampering around the base of a tree, it shouted, "Hey, you need to come quick. There's a big rock that's loose, and it might fall on you." Now, when the squirrels heard this warning, they quickly ran over, and seeing the danger, quickly gathered up their things and ran off to safety. And when they were gone, the rock crashed down on the empty ground where they had been playing. The squirrels, seeing how close they had come to danger, thanked the vixen for saving their lives, to show their appreciation. They ran off to their secret hiding place and came back with some acorns and nuts to give to the vixen and the rabbit. Now, when they shared their food, a group of small birds watched from a nearby tree. They too were small like the rabbit, and they too were hungry. So while the animals were sharing their gifts, these birds started to chirp loudly. When the animals looked up, they saw that these birds were shivering and miserable. And though they didn't know why, they felt compelled to help. So they each took some of the nuts and seeds and gave them to the birds. And when the birds saw that these strange animals were giving them food, they sang a sweet song to thank them. Our little bird watched this whole thing happen and thought to itself, "I gave away the one thing I had, but somehow I have more now than I ever did before." Now our little bird never knew that day what became of the berry it gave to the fox, but it learned that day that no matter how little we have, we can always give something to someone in need, and that one act of kindness it's like a pebble dropped into a pond, sending out ripples that we may never see. The end. Do you have a story about a time you helped an animal in need? If so, please share it below, because friends, you never know whose life you might touch. If you enjoyed this kind act animal story, be sure to give us a like and share it with a friend. And if you haven't done so already, be sure to click the subscribe button so you never miss any of our kind acts or life lessons. Till next time, be well and do good.